Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Microsoft has rolled out the latest optional bug fix C-release update for Windows 11, 25 and 24H2. And the update rolled out late yesterday in my region on the 26th of May. So this is our C-release update for May 2026. Now the update is optional, so you don't have to install it, but just take note, if you have this toggle turned on, get the latest updates as soon as they're available, it becomes an automatic update. Now, once the update is installed, if we head into our update history, for this month, the update is KB5089573. And once the update has been installed for Windows 11 25H2, the OS build will be bumped up to 26,200.8524. And if you're running 24H2, that'll be 26,100.8524. Now for this month, we get 6 new features. That's one more than when the update was in preview. And just take note that all the features, fixes, and improvements I'm going to mention now are all rolling out gradually. So you may or may not see these straight away. Now, first of all, the first new feature is shared audio, where shared audio now enables 2 people to listen to the same audio from a single Windows 11 PC at the same time. Now just take note, it is hardware specific, so it uses Bluetooth LE audio broadcast technology to make sharing easy. So Microsoft says, for example, you can watch a movie while traveling or listen to music while studying together. So to start sharing audio, you would open your quick settings from the taskbar, system tray, select shared audio, and then choose 2 supported paired and connected devices, and then select start sharing. So that is hardware specific, so you need the relevant hardware to be able to use that feature. I'm not getting it because I don't have the relevant hardware. And then for magnifier, there are 2 new features and an improvement. So if we open up magnifier, the new feature is it now provides clearer and more consistent announcements when working with a screen reader. The next new feature for magnifier is it now supports magnification of permitted protected content. And this update improves smoothness when moving magnifier in lens mode. So 2 new features and an improvement rolling out for magnifier. And then for Task Manager, we've got a new feature and an improvement. And the new feature for Task Manager, once again, is hardware specific, where it now offers improved visibility into NPU, that's neural processing unit usage on PCs with an NPU. New optional NPU and NPU engine columns are available on the processors, users, and details pages, along with NPU dedicated memory and NPU shared memory optional columns on the details page. So obviously you need to be running an NPU to be able to use that. And the update also improves the CPU speed display on the performance page of Task Manager for VMs. So it doesn't show higher than unexpected numbers after resuming from Hibernate. And then for camera, we get a new feature. I'm just going to mention this quickly. Windows 11's multi-app camera feature allows multiple applications now to access your camera stream at the same time. And here's a nice move in the right direction, which I have posted on in a separate video when it was very much in preview. There's a new feature for Windows Setup, where you can now choose a custom name for your user folder on the device name page during Windows Setup. So that will be in the OOBE. The out-of-box experience. The updated experience makes it easier to select a custom name, Microsoft says, during setup only. If this step is skipped, Windows uses the default folder name and continues setup as usual, and that's a very nice move. New Windows setup, you can now choose a custom name for your user folder on the device name page during Windows setup. Nice move in the right direction. And here's another interesting one which I've posted on in a separate video. This update introduces what Microsoft is calling the new low latency profile, basically making Windows 11 snappier. And what it does is it will boost app and system responsiveness by reducing latency. and I've posted a whole video on this. I'll leave the video linked down below and in the end screen if you'd like some more information. But just a quick recap for the purpose of this video. Microsoft says this update improves general performance. So it accelerates app launch and core shell experiences such as Start menu, Search, and Action Center. So what this feature does basically is it involves maxing out the CPU frequency in very short bursts to speed up actions. So as an example, if you're opening up your Start menu or your Search or apps in the operating system, and can result in system flyouts appearing up to 70% faster and app launches up to 40% faster. With the performance improvements enabled, Windows 11, according to Microsoft, should feel more snappy and responsive to input. Now, this has caused a little bit of debate, but nonetheless, new low latency profile is now available, listed as general performance improvements. Then for Windows Hello, I'm just going to mention 3 improvements. The update optimizes the Windows biometric service, WinBio, to help improve performance when your device resumes from modern standby. The update reduces unexpected authentication blocks in Windows Hello enhanced sign-in security by resolving missing secure enrollment metadata. And the third Windows Hello improvement, it improves sign-in behavior on the lock screen and sign-in screen. When Windows Hello Face or Fingerprint is set up and available, it is now the default sign-in method every time you sign in, even if you used a different method previously. So if you need to use your Windows PIN instead and use it 3 times in a row, Windows will stay with PIN until you switch to another sign-in method. So 3 improvements rolling out for Windows Hello. And then for the Windows search box, there's an interesting improvement where Windows Search will now find and prioritize files with as few as 2 characters. So as an example, if I'm looking for control panel, I can just type in CO. And there we go, it'll bring up my relevant search. So prioritizes files with as few as 2 characters. That's nice to see. And then for storage, we get 2 changes and improvements. The dialog box for creating a dev drive now supports specifying the size in gigabytes instead of only megabytes, which is nice to see. This option is available when resizing volumes in Settings, System, Storage. And then in Settings, System, Storage, you now see a User Account Control UAC prompt only when you choose to view temporary files instead of immediately when opening the page. And that's a nice move. That's been changed due to negative user feedback. So that User Account Control prompt only now will pop up when entering temporary files. So that's nice to see. And then for USB, we get 2 improvements. I'm just going to mention these. This update improves reliability for displays attached to USB 4 docks and hubs. And users will also experience higher reliability with USB devices. So 2 improvements for USB. And then for sensors, we get an improvement where the update improves resiliency against apps that could keep a sensor hub powered on and drain power, impacting battery life. And the update also improves battery life related to the HRD, that's the human interface device, and input stack for failed HRD devices. And then for input, we get 3 improvements. The first is the update improves reliability of the touch keyboard on the sign-in screen, including when entering or changing a password. It improves reliability of Explorer.exe when closing the input switcher. And Explorer.exe is the shell of your operating system, like your Start menu, taskbar, and so on. And the update improves performance when opening or navigating to clipboard history. So for input, 3 improvements. And then for fonts, there's a change. The Times new Roman font family is updated now to improve the rendering of combining diacritical marks across Greek and Cyrillic scripts. And then for Task Scheduler, which is one of those legacy components of the operating system. And this is a small yet significant change I'm happy to see. Task Scheduler now saves column width adjustments in task list view across sessions. And that's a small Yet significant little change which has been a long time coming. And then for desktop icons, the update improves reliability of loading desktop app shortcuts if you do have shortcuts on your desktop. And then for the Microsoft Store, we get 2 improvements rolling out for the store. The first is that the update includes underlying changes that improve download performance and bandwidth usage. And the second is the update improves error reporting when downloads fail due to Windows Update group policy settings being enabled. And then the last one to mention for this video, there is a reliability improvement, which Microsoft says improves Windows reliability on the sign-in and lock screens in File Explorer when using touch gestures or touchscreen devices and when changing themes in settings. And then just as a quick side note, Microsoft is also carrying on pushing out the new Secure Boot certificates, replacing the original Secure Boot certificates with the updated 2023 certificate. So when it does get pushed out to your device, if it gets pushed out through Windows Update like it will for most users, if you head into your update history and you head to other updates, as I've mentioned previously, here you see Secure Boot allowed key exchange key KEK update. I received mine back in March, so there's a good chance if you hadn't received that yet that this update will push that out to your system. So guys, that's more or less what's new in the latest optional bug fix C-release update KB5089573. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.